The hardest thing we've had to accept as Minecraft players is the wild updates. Whether you were excited for Fireflies or the Birch Forest changes, or whether you expected something completely different, the wild update changed Minecraft forever. It would go on to be the last themed update we would be given before the update fully released. Today in this video, I share with you what the Minecraft wild update should have been. One of the ideas we had as a community with the whole Firefly situation was the ability to place Fireflies inside of lanterns. Now, the more that you place inside of this, the brighter it becomes. Or maybe your idea of a wild update would include palm trees and even coconuts, which, if you're not careful, will hurt you and will break into a split coconut. I think the wild update has left us all feeling a little bit salty, a little bit wounded. Even to this day, the wild update was never wild enough. I'm not saying the update that we were given wasn't good enough. It just wasn't the so-called wild update we expected. I was expecting multiple biomes. I was expecting multiple things to change above ground. To me, it was Caves and Cliffs Part 3. But the developers didn't want to call it that for bad publicity reasons. They were already under a lot of strain and a lot of stress because they had to split the updates into two. But Birch Forests is one of those things that the Minecraft community remembers very well. I'm pretty sure you all, even to this day, remember the concept art that they have given us. Now, this brings a little bit of a twist to Minecraft. And it's crazy how these tall birch trees as a biome couldn't be implemented. So let me show you what the Wilder Wild mod does to this biome. Now, we have these on the floor, and these are pollen spots. Now, in this area, you will find bees very frequently. And yes, they will gather the pollen. You'll also notice a bunch of pollen floating in the air. If you have hay fever like me, that stuff is the devil. But just like we did see during the concept, we also have these, which are mushrooms. And they are just going to be growing on your trees as we expected. Okay, so we didn't get the Birch Forest changes, but we also never got the swamp changes. I mean, the developers did introduce the mangrove swamp, but what this mod does is fully transform the original swamps. Now, the biome itself is made up of the mud blocks, which can already be found inside of the mangrove swamps. You will also find yourself moss carpets. But something else that was also teased to us was these. Yes, these are cattails. Now, these are kind of fluffy plants, right? For those of you who have seen a cattail, at the top, it's like really tough. And if you squeeze it, all these fluff and particles break out. And that's how they actually reproduce, by the way. So if we were to go ahead and make ourselves a crafting table here, what does the cattail actually do in Minecraft? Well, this is an alternative way for the player to get some extra string. This is also one of the locations you can find yourself fireflies. Now, fireflies in this have been perfectly executed. Fireflies can actually be captured inside of a bottle like this one. Now, fireflies can also be dyed. So what I'm going to do real quick is just catch myself a couple and show you how awesome this can be. After running around like a crazy man, gathering all of the fireflies in a bottle, which do stack up to 32, by the way, inside of a crafting table, you can change the color of these. And yes, when you let them go, the color does stay there, and they'll try and stay in the area that you release them. So we'll just change all of these. We'll change them to a pink one, and we'll also change them to a lime one as well. And they make a really cool sound when you release them as well. Mojang didn't have to do anything crazy with the fireflies. Something this simple would have kept us entertained for a very long time. Personally, I hate the whole realism factor that Mojang and Minecraft are taking now, because it means that features like this would never be introduced, because dyeing them would be harmful to them. Didn't introduce them because if a frog eats them, they're poisonous. I really wish they would just stop with that nonsense. But the Fireflies get even better. At the start, I showed you the display lantern, crafted with panes and iron nuggies. And this is what it looks like. Now, unlike an ordinary lantern, you actually have to make this brighter yourself using Fireflies. We're going to use blue ones as an example. Come up to it and just tap on it. You'll see we have it inside. Now, these can be moved and taken to locations. You cannot carry them, which I think would have been a really cool addition if you could just take it and it stays light. These are just a small feature that the creator of this has introduced. I think it's super impressive. Also in the new customized swamps, we have algae. Now, when it comes to algae, slimes are attracted to this. So instead of them just dominating the lands, they'll come to here. They can spawn on top of this. They really, really like it. We do have lily pads, but we also have the flowering lily pads. Additional biomes were also introduced to this mod, like this one, which is called the Cypress Wetlands. And just like any new type of biome in Minecraft, it also comes with a new type of wood set. You can obtain the Cypress sapling, which, just like regular Minecraft saplings, can be bone mealed into this beautiful tree. So let's check out the cypress wood itself. We have the logs. We have a new type of block. This is called the hollow cypress log. Now, not only is this available for this new type of wood, which I'm very quickly going to show you guys, it's also available for all the other versions in Minecraft as well. So if you type in hollow, you'll see here we have the hollowed variation of birch, spruce, hollowed dark oak. There's also a bunch of other types of woods available. We have even palm trees. Before it gets away from me, we even have tumbleweeds. Palm trees, located at the edge of deserts. A new type of wood has also been introduced. Now, at the top of these, you can find yourself coconuts, which can be eaten. Now, these things can break on the floor, but it's a lot better when you throw them at yourself, because they will crack on your head. But like I said, be very careful, because these can be incredibly deadly. But just like regular Minecraft, you can turn these into, palm planks. Ooh, they look pretty awesome. They kind of look very similar to bamboo. When it comes to your split coconut, just eat it like regular foods. The number one selling point for the Minecraft Wild update had to be the ancient city, the Warden, and the Deep Dark. Now, the Wilder Wild mod doesn't necessarily change the structure or change what's inside of it. It does, however, introduce even more challenging things for you to explore. During the development stage of the Wild update, the developers showed us a stone chest. And I have showed you this in some previous videos. How this works is, when you try and open it, it instantly starts sending signals. The more you try and open this, the more the skulk block is going to tell a catalyst. You do eventually get inside of it. However, it will just slam itself shut, which means you're going to have to keep opening this, trying to grab the loot that you want. It's going to close again, and you're going to have to do this again. Now, you'd think that if you just break this and you take this to a different location where there isn't any skulks that's going to snitch on you, you could open it and get the loot. No. If you do that, it's lost for eternity. A few more additions that have been introduced is a couple more skulk-related blocks. This one is the osseous skulk, but this didn't originally start as that kind of block. They started out as a hanging tendril. Now, these things are very similar to skulks, but over time, they will develop into a new type of block. These can also be bone mealed, and in doing so, it will give you a little bit of XP. This mod comes with an ancient horn. Alongside the ancient horn, yes, we have the goat horn, but they brought back the copper horns, which is a feature the Minecraft developers got rid of. And we also have this, which is a new type of music disc. But this thing is something you're gonna want to use. Sometimes mobs with armor can be a problem. Not when you've got this horn. It will just plow through mobs the same way the Warden can do it to you. But no, you cannot use this on a Warden. The Warden is not affected by its own echolocation. A new type of structure can also spawn within this mod. These are called abandoned cabins. And in this, you can find yourself a double stone chest. Prickly pears can also be obtained. This was something that was teased during one of the Minecraft mob votes many years ago. Anyway, this is what the wild update should have been. If you made it this far, let me know in the comment section, because honestly, the wild update, even to this day, was never wild enough. Hey, you can now book me on Cameo. Link is down below.